Okay, see if I can get this on the light properly. This is a guitar, electric guitar I built back in the early 90s. One of the first ones I ever did. But out of all the ones I built, this one plays the best. It's just an old hunk of wood. I think it's made out of ash or something. But the just slapped it together from parts. Bought the neck, Seymour Duncan pickups. Just your old basic electric guitar. This pickup here, well, before I do that, this is my old guitar. Love it. Very heavy, okay? That's why it's called a log. This is a Castration bander, okay? This is a tool we use to castrate bulls, older bulls, okay? Something like over a year old with a, not babies. This is called bloodless castration. We don't need to get into that, anyhow. But we basically this thing stretches out. It's surgical tubing, stretches out. You could put mason jar size scrotum with testicles in it into here. You go to the top of it and you crank this thing down, and then you crimp it, cut it, and you're good to go. Gives you a steer in about 3 weeks. Okay. So we've got music and castration here. What I've been doing, this old guitar, these pickups float, okay? They're loose like that. They stay floating. At least the way I designed it, this particular one it did. And what I had here in these screws, there's a piece of foam under it that gives it a kind of a spring effect. And then these screws would hold the pickup down, but it's loose. The only thing keeping it kind of flush like a washer in a sense is a piece of surgical tubing. It's got to be very small in diameter as far as the interior. And it was perfect for this. Well, over the years this thing sat in storage. I finally took it out. You can see it's just coming apart. Okay. And so the surgical tubing rotted out. And I needed to replace it. See, that's why it sits too high. It's all cockeyed because the surgical tubing just went crusty on me. Okay. Past couple of months, I'm looking around. I can't find any tubing that fits this, that will make this work. So I'm thinking, well, I could use this thing or that thing or something else. Maybe just you go with a straight washer or whatever. And I kind of given up on the surgical tubing replacement. Until this morning, went out and used the Castration bander on one of our bulls. Like I've got 2 more bulls to go. And getting ready to, this is the excess, okay? Once you crimp this down, or once you take this all the way down, crimp it, you cut it, this is the piece that's left over. And I'm looking at it and thinking, yeah, I remember I was looking for some surgical tubing, and but it had to have a very small, see that tiny hole there? That's exactly what I was looking for. And that's exactly how I found this stuff. This was just some old tubing that was laying around somewhere, and it worked out perfectly. And so once again, hiding in plain sight, I've got my bander tubing is going to fix my guitar. So once again, rock and roll meets castration. You've seen this in history many times. Love you, God bless.